What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the
Wrestleverse.
Wrestleverse. I'm your host,
Billy
Lexy,
here.
and it's time to take it to the ring. Alrighty, guys, on this episode of Wrestlecap, we will be reviewing AEW Dynamite. This was a hectic episode, to say the least. We saw some emotion, some tears, a little bit heartfelt message.
Definitely, yeah. Without getting too much into it, I mean, the first match of the night, I mean, AEW started off right.
Yes.
We had a 10-man tag team. Absolutely crazy. So this was for the AEW World Tag Team title, #1 contender, Battle Royale. So we have 2.0, Red Dragon is in this, the Young Bucks, Best Friends, of course, FTR, Private Party, the Butcher, Blade, Dark Order, and even the Gun Club was in this. We got to see the Ass Boys.
It was epic. I mean, we see Blade, who is thrown out immediately. John Silver is right behind him, ready to toss Blade out. And then we see no other than the Gun Club, aka Ass Club, Ass Boys. They're trying to pull the ropes down, but they end up getting knocked out by Santana because they're right behind them. And oh boy, I could not catch up with so many people in the ring. I don't think I've watched something with that many people in the ring before.
It's always a little bit more old school, so it's it was great. I mean, this was a crazy match too, despite everything going on. I mean, I loved it. There was some really cool stuff at one point. The best friends saved each other. Trent almost fell out and then kind of gave each other a hug. It was pretty funny. And then you had FTR and Young Bucks, crazy stare down, and they start to go down, and then the Red Dragon gets in the mix. John Silver is he's over there in the corner still sleeping.
But somehow he gets some of his energy back, and we see Silver. He hits the straitjacket back. It's this straitjacket backstabber. I have never seen this move before.
Very cool.
And he gives that to Dax. It was great. And then Trent and Santana face off one-on-one, kind of, and the crowd is going crazy. They're freaking insane. And it's funny because I was telling Lady J earlier, this show happened in my hometown. So, and cool. I saw so many people. Yeah, so many people that I know went, and I'm like, that is so weird to me that.
Make sure they're watching the podcast.
Yeah, I definitely.
But yeah, I didn't realize it. The announcers kind of said it. I guess Trent and Santana. They have. I guess why the crowd just went nuts, which I didn't realize.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was a ton of stuff in this match. I mean, it was really hard to kind of try to break everything down. There was so much. But the last few guys that kind of ended up, we had Dax, Kyle O'Reilly, John Silver was still in there, and then Matt Jackson. And they're all there. They're kind of all right, who's what? Remind me of that the Spider and me. Good stuff. And then Jungle Boy, they were there the whole time, just kind of watching to see who they're going to be going up against.
Who is our next victim? Who is it gonna be? So yeah, O'Reilly has some really great striking combos. I feel like this mic is in my face. Sorry, guys. Let me try to move it this way. And Fish is being super sneaky. He pulls Dax out, rolls under the mat. I mean, it was kind of really funny, honestly.
Yeah, the ref didn't see it. He's like, boom.
Yes.
But there's 3 guys left. So John Silver, he managed to kind of hang in there. Then we have Matt Jackson and Kyle O'Reilly. Now, Kyle was real sneaky. He told Jackson to kind of go ahead and finish this off. I got my shoulder hurts. And then he came up from behind and dumped both of them out and won
Yeah,
it.
that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy.
Sneaky guy.
So sneaky. And Adam Page, he comes out and jumps on Red Dragon, getting some major payback. And then the other Adam, can't forget about Adam Cole, baby, comes out, picks out a fight with Page. Oh my goodness. I mean,
yeah.
I think, aren't they going up against one another in Revolution? Or I could be mistaken.
I think it's official. Don't quote me on that. I know they've been kind of building this up. I think it was last week Adam Cole called out Page. You know, so this is another thing. You know, Adam Cole sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, trying to get some fame, getting that AEW title. You know, but then you know, Silver, he came in, help out his boy. Page's Dark Order, so he came out, he took out Red Dragon.
Yeah, it was really crazy. Oh, you cut out there for a sec.
We're back.
Okay, we're good. We're good. It's all good. And so, you know, of course, the Adams, they're there, they're talking all their crap, and then sorry guys, but put that one up too soon. And then Paige has some lame buckshot jokes, but after this, we see MJF. Now, this is what I was talking about. Get prepared, trigger warning, it's emotional. We see MJF, he's looking sad, he's crying, talking about his history with CM Punk, talking about his history and how, you know, he got to love wrestling and he loves AEW. It was so heartfelt.
Oh, it definitely was. Now, he kind of goes back and starts talking about his own history and how he had learning disabilities, attention deficit disorder. And I can get that, you know, it's not easy. And then even having to go through, you know, being a Jewish guy on the football team and some of those teammates throwing quarters and stuff at him. So I'm sure he did have a hard kind of life growing up. That's not real easy. Even if you do have privilege and with money and stuff like that, we all kind of go through that. And being bullied, I feel for him. It's why he is the asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
you know,
definitely. It's interesting to kind of get insight on like people's backgrounds because we kind of see this character that they portray, right? It's not like this is them walking to the grocery store. This is not how they act on their day to day. So it's kind of interesting because I feel like this is a little bit of a raw, unfiltered, like the real little like backstory that we don't really get to see and understand like why people are the way that they are.
Yeah. And it makes sense. You know, he's a product of his environment. You know, people that get bullied end up being bullies. It's a defense mechanism.
Unfortunately, and it just sucks because kids are so mean, like especially when it comes to school. Like I imagine like if the things that he said that the football team did, that's terrible. Like I would hate to go through something like that. And like I would think that like only girls were petty in high school, but I guess it's the boys too. So
oh no, we're just as bad, if not
you guys
worse.
are just as bad,
Probably
bad
worse to our friends.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Oh, we've got a comment here. So, that's kind of mean. They said emotional. That was the lamest work promos ever using anti-Semitism to back it, and people think it's great, but actually can't see through it. I don't think that it's fair to call that emotional manipulation.
So, I'm not sure how to take this either, because let's be 100% honest. MJF isn't exactly the most honest guy. So, could he be conning us? Absolutely.
This is true. It's absolutely true. But I can't, like, I wouldn't want to question somebody's experience because if it is like something that he did go through, I would hate to sit here and be like, oh my God, he's a liar. This is made up. But, you know, if that's what he's saying, then like, I guess we take his word for it.
Well, he does kind of go on to explain why he has this beef with CM Punk. He looked up to him as a hero, and he wanted to go on and become a professional wrestler. Nope.
Yeah, and he said he used to. Yeah, cut out a little bit. It's okay. CM Punk, he said he used to watch all of CM Punk's videos. He wanted to, just be just like him. And, but you know, CM Punk, he quit and it hurt him. And so I think, I honestly don't know how to take it. I really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's like, okay, so CM Punk quit, so I'm quitting wrestling. He went on to college.
Yeah.
He's in college. He sees CM Punk's coming back. He feels betrayed. And he wants to come back, not because it's a dream, but he wants to spite Punk. Because of him, but in spite of him. So he came to wrestling to beat up CM Punk. He wants payback from being a little kid. I think that.
Yeah.
Really bad. I'm gonna have to hop off.
It's all right, Billy. All right, no worries, guys. For some reason, we've got some bad connection on Billy's end. Oh, you came back a little bit.
It's in and out. It's spotty.
It's in and out. I know. I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah.
It's okay. We will keep this stream going. If Billy's internet gets any better, he will hop back on in. But we will let him get that situated. So don't worry. I'm actually going to go through your guys' comments while we wait for Billy's internet to situate itself. So here we go. We have, Keith. He said, hey guys, I wonder if Danhausen is going to wrestle his first match in AEW next week. That's a pretty good guess, honestly. I don't know. Do you guys think so? Oh, Bacon Eggs for Life. I remember you from earlier. How are you doing? He said, hello, brothers. MJF can be a good antagonist in Hollywood. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Could he be saying the truth? Yes. Could he not be saying the truth? Also, yes. I don't want to be one to diminish anybody's story. So I am going to digress on this subject, but so I won't be answering any more questions about him being cinematical, I guess I'll say. But MJF was crying. You could see here he's got the tear stream coming down his eye. If only he had mascara, you'd got the whole rundown. I mean, us girls, we get it bad when we're crying. We've got mascara everywhere. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are questioning if this is really just him playing us. Is this true? But the next fight card of the night, we end up seeing no other than the Night Kings of the Black Throne, Malachi Black and Brody King. And Brody is currently 2-0, and Malachi is 11-2. So that's quite a big difference there. We've got a comment here from, let's see. I think CM Punk might be MJF. Only if Wardlow doesn't interfere the match. Oh, that Wardlow. This is true. Daniel Price, he said, I'm not diminishing anti-Semitism. I'm questioning how gullible some people are. I don't know. But we're going to move on. No more. We're not talking about the whole MJF CM Punk thing anymore because it's just, I don't really know, you guys. He could be telling the truth, but we end up getting them, and they're going against Pac and Penta. So we see them coming out here. They have a great entrance. I mean, it is epic, and I know where this arena is. It is huge. So I can just imagine they had a lot of room to work with because the Webster Bank Arena is ginormous. That fire entrance, I have to go back to it. That was so epic. That back, it's that whole wall was made out of fire. That was really cool. But Malachi has brought out the dark side in Penta. I mean, he comes out with a shovel. He's not playing any games. And Yeah, we get all 4 of them squaring off in the ring, and a fight breaks out before the bell even gets to ring. It was really awesome. I mean, Pac and Brody get in the ring, and the bell finally rings. Brody has a clear size. He's like, his size is different than the others. They're all a very different group of guys. They're all the different group of wrestlers. I mean, this match was more of like a brawl, I would say, than wrestling. I mean, it was nonstop ass whooping. That's really the best way I can explain it. Yeah, it was definitely more of a brawl than wrestling from what I've seen, especially with AEW. I mean, Penta had this very mean look on his face. I love the dark side. I loved this. Oh, someone said, geez, that was scary. Their entrance? Yeah, it definitely, it was pretty epic. More than scary, I think it was pretty epic. And Bacon Eggs for Life says, I want to see Jay White versus Kenny Omega second round. White beat Omega in NJPW. What a tongue twister. For IWGP US title. And he leads 1-0. Oh, interesting. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, Jay White's been doing his like J US Open match, I believe. Like he has he has like an open match, so anybody could be in it, really. So maybe Kenny Omega is going to be his secret person, I think. Billy is back, so I'm going to put him on, and I think we're good to go. Hey, Billy. Hey.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, all is well.
All right. I think crisis averted. I've been having intermittent internet issues all morning. So sorry, guys. Bear with me, fight fans.
Oh, no worries. It happens. Don't worry. We were getting to the good stuff. We were talking about Penta, and he came out looking real mean. And
I love that dark side that he kind of had.
Yeah.
Now I've never really seen Penta until AEW. And I think it was Excalibur that was talking about, I guess that was a persona that he's had in the past that he kind of put away. He put that dark side away, and it was Malachi's fault for bringing that back out. And man, I loved that entrance. Yeah. It was fantastic. It got me so pumped.
It was like a whole back wall looked like fire. Like that entire back wall was like cool. It was cool. So cool. It was so cool.
But yeah, I mean, Brody, what about at that one point? Brody just manhandling Pac, just picks him up like a little rag doll and puts him on Penta's shoulders. Like, oh, you go there, little buddy. It reminded me of the story that Hulk Hogan said about, or no, it was Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger was hanging out with Andre the Giant, and they were arguing on who was going to pay the bill. So Andre the Giant, he's like, okay, picks up Schwarzenegger, puts him on a shelf like a little kid. Like, that's how big he was. He's like, and then taps him on the head. Okay, you can pay for the bill. That's what this reminded me of. Brody just picking Pac up like a little kid and putting him on the shoulders, and then just turned him inside out with this punch. Like Penta flipped, Pac went flying out of the ring. It was crazy.
He really is just quite the beast.
Yeah. Still there?
And so, yes, I don't know why I had that little black reconnecting dot. I'm sorry, guys. Today's internet just does not like us.
Yeah.
But
something in the air.
Yeah. So Brody, like I said, he's a beast, and then then takes out both of them with this Suwasana. I think that's
Suwasana.
Suwasana.
Yeah, I think it's Suwasina or something like that.
I had to get
the
cap. I had to get the little closed captions because I'm like, okay, I need to like learn how to properly say it. And sometimes when the commentators are talking, they talk so fast.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard to understand what they're fully saying. But yes, this was through the ropes, as we see here, like straight through that top and middle rope. We see that Suwasana, however you pronounce it, right through the ropes.
It was
And I think it
definitely
was a
some cool
smart
stuff.
move.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was a good match all the way through. I mean, I really enjoyed this one. And some really smart moves from the House of Black. Malachi, he got this little sneaky tag in without the Pac and Penta to see it. So they're kind of beating him up, and Brody gets set up for the Destroyer. But that's not going to happen.
Mm-mm. That is not happening. But Malachi sneaks up for the Black Mist, of course. And then Penta almost senses him coming from behind. So he's drops Brody, covers Malachi's mouth, and stopping him from spraying the mist. Look at that. We got a perfect picture of it. I think, and I had seen somebody comment saying that they think that Julia Hart's going to turn for Malachi Black. Is that her
Oh,
name?
you think?
Well, yeah, somebody commented that this morning.
Yeah,
so that just
one of the
me.
Varsity Blondes, can't think of his name. He's going back home. So there was rumors that he's leaving AEW and wrestling, and he's saying, no, that's not the case. I'm just going back home trying to get my stuff together. So I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. But that was I think the older brother, not the one that's dating Julia. So I don't know. Maybe there's some drama going on there. Yeah. I have no idea. But this match, this was pretty cool. I loved seeing Malachi, his miss kind of fail. That was the first time that's happened. Yes. Eventually it was going to happen. And he ended up swallowing it too, which was even better. So Penta, he takes full advantage of this, gets a really nice roll up onto Malachi. And then who is the true legal guy, gets that 3 count. Malachi, he swallowed some of it and he's just choking. He's off to the side. He can't win. He can't kick out. And just a solid win. I was impressed. It was pretty cool.
Yes. And now at this point, Brody is pissed. He starts beating on Penta and Pac while Malachi is still choking on the mat. And Pac takes a power slam into Penta, and the ref can't even get into control. I mean, look at him back there. He's like,
what do I do?
He can't even. It's I don't know. I don't know. I'm just get paid to be here. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Are you going to try to control those two crazy guys?
Seriously.
Malachi, he pops up and he has that shovel that Penta brought out. And he's in the center ring, both of them. And he lines it up and he's getting ready to stab him. But the lights go out. Oh, what's going on?
Who's going to show up? Who do we think is going to show up?
Who?
No other than Buddy Matthews. I mean, he's been signed to AEW. Hello.
Crazy.
And Malachi seriously looks like he had just seen a ghost. He's
he was trying to get away. What? He was scared.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, no. And the crowd is chanting. They're so surprised. Yeah, definitely.
They're chanting Bunny. And the guy is huge, man. He is stacked. But you think he's gonna attack Malachi, but he ends up attacking Penta instead. And I really didn't see this coming. Malachi's laughing. He's definitely enjoying it. But this definitely lets us know that Brody's running the game. He Brody goes running up the ramp first, taking out security, throwing guys left and right. But there was still some tension with Black and Bunny back in the ring. And Malachi makes sure, it's definitely an alpha move. He starts grabbing him by the beard and telling him what to do and let him know who's boss. You're going to be a part of House of Black. You're going to listen to me. And then he sets up this crazy little hold and just he listens and just destroys Penta with this chair.
So I feel at this point, I'm oh gosh, Buddy Matthews is now a part of House of Black. Lights go out again. Boom. They disappear. Penta's left there half dead, half I don't even know. He's all out of it. Poor guy.
He's done.
He's just done. Oh, we missed a whole bunch of comments. Let me go back. Oh my goodness. All right. We see the Black Mist reminded me of Impact. It happened to Rosemary several times. Ooh.
Yeah.
Malachi and his group reminds me of the Undertaker and the Ministry. Also, Kevin Sullivan and the Dungeon of Doom.
Ooh,
I like that
yeah.
name.
See, I liked kind of this dark feel that we had in this one. You know, the Bastard Pack, who's got some
Yes.
beef with the House of Black, and then seeing Pinta come out, which it was killer. I thought it was amazing. I thought that was one of the cooler entrances I've seen in a while. Made me happy.
Yeah, it really was one of my favorites for sure. And yeah, after that
Gosh.
intense and crazy match, who do we see?
Yeah, we get to see Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho center ring, and they have to have some words. You know, Jericho's got some beef with Eddie Kingston because he thinks he's causing all this inner circle drama, and it's Eddie Kingston's fault. Which, truthfully, I don't know if there's any validity to that. I think Eddie Kingston could care less, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And I love that, like, as soon as the song ended, Eddie said, "Okay, we're done stroking your ego. Next one, cut the cameras. Let's go."
So you good? You good? Okay, everyone good? Even the crowd kind of
Yeah.
enjoyed that joke. That was pretty good. And I mean, Jericho, he
Yeah.
did he sounded a little slur in his words. Did you pick that up? He was kind of slipping up a little bit here and there. I was like, he's got a little bit of a buzz. I think he'd been drinking, man. I don't know.
He's having a little too much fun in my hometown, huh? Yeah. So man, Eddie tore into Jericho,
Yeah,
telling
he
him, I
did.
mean, he went in for it. He's telling him this is a wrestling company, not a sports entertainment company. I mean, he
Yeah,
really just went in for it.
he burned him really
It was
bad. And
it
he's
was a
just like, yeah,
burn.
we're not all about that drama. You know, I'm about fighting. But you know, Jericho, he's got
Yeah.
some jokes of his own. He comes back saying he's like, you know, everybody got all hyped up. Oh, Eddie Kingston, you know, when he was coming, and it's like, I really didn't know who you were. I thought they were talking about Eddie Edwards. And he's like, and you know what? After seeing you, I realized why I didn't know who you were. It's because you look like a jobber. I was like, oh my God, man. You know, even
Oh
my
my
wife,
God.
Kayla, she said that too. He's like, who's that? He's a wrestler? Like with that belly? I was like, that's a power
Yeah.
belly, babe. Like that's all muscle. Don't let that fool you.
Oh God. And yeah, I mean, he's really just making fun of him, saying like, "You hit it big at 38. I did it at 22." And he's like, but Kingston like doesn't care. He just wants to fight, and
Yeah.
he's gonna do what he wants because he can, and he's on his own. And oh, someone's like, "Don't forget, they referred to Hartford, Connecticut, where they were." Yes, they did.
Yep.
Somebody commented that. They sure did.
Yeah, it was some good back and forth. Definitely some good S talk. You know, Eddie
Yeah.
ends up challenging him to a fight at the pay-per-view. And Jericho comes back, just burning him even more. He's just not letting go of this. Like he starts talking about his family, and you see Eddie's just like
Mm.
start stepping a little bit closer. He's like, "Oh, I heard you looked up to your uncle a whole lot. He's a failure. Oh, your dad, he's a failure. Oh, you're a failure." I'm like,
Oh
man,
my
this guy's
God.
going for the throat.
I
Like
mean,
he's taking it personal.
that's a really bad dig.
Yeah.
Don't dig for the family, man.
Mm-mm.
Yikes.
Oh, his whole
And
face changed. Like Eddie was ready to kill him.
yeah. Seriously, I mean, I've got to say, I mean, Jericho really came off like a real like asshole at this
Yeah.
moment. Like he really is like feeling himself, but like he accepts the match, and
Hmm.
Kingston tells him, he better bring his best version of himself, or he's like, "I'm gonna eat you alive." And I mean, he really looks like he means it. He's really pissed.
Yeah, he goes on. He's like, oh, I don't want to see that the Jericho that gets pushed off the stage by MJF. You know, I want to see the
Yeah.
best Jericho, the Jericho that won this championship. So we'll
Hmm.
see. But that next fight card with Ricky Starks and the Dark
Oh
Order's 10,
gosh.
that was a cool match, man. I definitely didn't see the ending coming. I'm not going to spoil it. We'll get into it. But that was a pretty fun. It was a
They
quick match, but it was fun.
It was very quick. You had to really pay really close attention and sometimes even go back because I
Yeah.
I mean it was a great match. I definitely think if there's one to watch,
Hmm.
this one.
It was good.
And if you want to watch what everyone's talking about in our comments, the MJF thing, definitely go ahead and watch that.
Wow, yeah, I was reading those when I was off there for a sec. I think the general consensus is that it was kind of pretty lame. Shouldn't have gone that route. But like I said, I think it gave us validity to where this beef came from and why MJF is such a douchebag.
Absolutely. And so the match starts off with this great lockup, but 10 is too strong. This match definitely, it showcased their strength and their speed. And I mean, 10 is just this beast, but Ricky is one of the fastest wrestlers in AEW.
Yeah.
So they're really up to par, they're both like neck and neck with one another.
And Ricky does really well in this match too. 10 is just way too strong for him. He found himself in like this a good 5-second vertical suplex. So when you're like that, all the blood's just rushing to your head. And then when you get slammed down, you're just disoriented, can't breathe right. It's very effective. It's not really for show. There's a purpose to that. And man, he just got rocked after that one.
Yeah, Ricky ends up getting caught in this like full Nelson, and 10 let go only to hit him with the disc gust and another full Nelson. It was one after another. Boy, I mean, yikes.
Yeah. But then, Ricky kind of breaks some taboo rules. You're not supposed to mess with a lucha guy's mask. So he's stuck in that full Nelson, and he kind of reaches back and he pulls 10's mask away. And he can't really see, and that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. And he gets full advantage of this, spears 10, and gets the win after that. And I was pretty surprised. Did not see that one coming.
Yeah, he totally took
there
the
it
win.
is. Yeah, he's messing with his mask.
Messing with his mask, and oh my goodness. But I mean, Ricky speared him and he got the win. What can I say? It was fast. It was the fastest one out of all of them, actually.
Yeah, and like I said, I did not see that coming. So Ricky did a good job using his skills and his advantages to get the win.
All right, let's get right into it. My girl, that bitch, Jade Cargill, she's ready. She comes out and she's going up against the bunny. This is for the women's title. All right, guys. And we already know Jade Cargill's like the beast. She gets it.
She really is.
Yeah.
This was a good match, and Cargill is 27-0 and just looks absolutely fantastic. And if you haven't, if you haven't seen the bunny fight before, she's really tough. She's cutthroat. She's been in one of the bloodiest women matches I've ever seen. Guys, if you actually scroll down, it's one of our more popular videos. Tommy Mack and I were there at that episode, and it was a brutal match. I mean, Bunny and Ty Conte really had some beef, and Jay was there in that one too. But she's just covered in blood. She's tough. Now, if anybody
that
can
was
take
the bloody
down,
one.
Yeah, where she's just covered, crimson mask all the way. She is tough, man. She likes to have the brass knuckles and just knocking ladies out. So if anybody can take down Cargill, it's her. So I was pumped for this one.
This match was great. I mean, Bunny definitely took several ass whippings. I mean, it gave her time. She also got her own shots in too. I'm not going to diminish her. We got a running elbow, Russian leg sweep kind of a deal, and you can tell she's got experience. I mean, as we know, Jade Cargill did start this with like little to no experience, but she's still a freaking beast.
Oh yeah.
And Bunny has her own experience, so it was kind of interesting to kind of see the two of them against one another because they're both very skilled in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Cargill, she's doing push-ups on Bunny at one point. Like she gets like this nice little arm lock into a cover, and it's just showing off. It was pretty funny. And her daughter was out in the audience. Did you see that? She was watching.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I was like, "There's no way she's losing." Once I saw the girl, I was like, oh, man, sorry, Bunny. I'd love to see an undefeated record get broken. I am that guy, but not when the kid's there.
No, oh my gosh, no. And I mean, I've got to say though, during the break, Bunny, she got her shots in. She was really whooping Cargill. I mean, she did not fall for Cargill's like sneaky little moves. She was really getting in her own shots at one point, and Hardy shows up and gives Bunny a brass knuckle.
It's like tosses
what is
it to
this
her.
about? Yeah, and Cargill's manager like gave her the title belt. She's like, "Oh, now we're giving props to people.
Oh, we're doing this?
I can do that."
Yeah, we can do this. But Aubrey, she's not having any of these shenanigans. She sees what's going on. She's probably one of the only refs that actually has her stuff together and sees this stuff coming. She throws Hardy out, then throws Cargill's manager out, and he was kind of like laughing at Hardy, like nanny boo boo, and she's like, "No, you get out of here too, Dick." Like, I'm done with this. So it was great, and Cargill gets distracted. Bunny rolls her up and almost gets a 3 count with this. And that's that experience, Cargill not having that ring awareness and Bunny jumping on it, but not enough to keep her down.
But she is able to kind of get those sneaky moves, like you said, because she does have that in-ring experience. But Bunny comes back. She's trying to send Cargill down this rabbit hole, but rabbit hole.
I think that's like her signature move. Yeah.
But it was countered by the Bunny, and she got jaded.
Yeah, Bunny got jaded. Done. Yeah,
done.
That's a solid finisher. I mean, once that happens, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
So like after this match, Cargill, she gets the mic and she's like, "All right, who's next? I'm going all the way to 30 wins. I'm calling you out."
Yeah. And I honestly, like you said, like you want to see who's going to be able to break that record. And I'm interested to see who is going to break that record.
Yeah.
Like they'd have to bring someone like extremely epic out to beat Jade Cargill.
And I think they did.
But, Ty Conti comes out and she's like, "I'm going to beat that."
Yeah. She said it.
Ty Conti
she
comes
said
out
it. She used dirty words.
That bitch up. And she used some dirty words. She was like, "I'm going to go beat that bitch up." And she runs into the ring and oh boy.
Yeah. So she runs right up into the ring and her and Cargill kind of square up. And then Bunny, this cheeky little girl, she comes up and attacks her from behind. But, Ty Conti's not having that. She gets like Bunny gets dropped real quick. Like Ty Conti she's a badass. She's a real Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist. Like she's really good. I think she's a black belt actually.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she's tough.
So Cargill ends up punt kicks Ty and it was crazy.
Yeah. Bunny gets knocked down. Ty Conti turns around. She gets knocked down. It was craziness. Good stuff. But man, final match of the night. Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. This is a great match. It's an even bigger opportunity for Garcia. And I love Danielson. He's an excellent, arguably probably one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. And I love his music too, man. I love everything about the guy. I'm a big fan. And I think Bryan sees the potential that Daniel Garcia has, and that's what this is. He's kind of bringing him out, and it's good for him.
Yeah, it is. I think it's great, and especially to be up against freaking Bryan Danielson. Like, that's epic. But
it's an honor.
I feel like Danielson was like really taunting him, trying to kind of get the violence out of him.
He was a couple times. Like there were some mean chops in this one, and he's pretty. There's a couple times he just showed his chest and he's like, "Come on, hit it!" And Bryan just took him, trying to bring out that meanness.
Oh, I feel like
great
that
stuff,
is,
man. There's
it's
one sequence.
Tactic.
Yes, there's a lot of great moves in this one. Very technical, and that's why I love watching Bryan. I mean, we got to see a butterfly suplex right into a Ginsunami. And then Garcia is able to kind of wrestle his way out and get to the ropes, but Bryan's like, no, get back over here, and then sets in a lapel lock. Just really cool stuff.
It really was, and Garcia does get to the like ropes, but the ref like gets them, and the ref stopped that very quick.
On the ropes.
pulled him off. And Bryan gives a mean, nasty front kick to the gut. It was a very painful stomach kick. It looked really gnarly.
And did you see his face after too? Just like the smile. He just
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Like, yeah, take that.
I'm like,
It's
I would be sobbing my eyes out.
so sadistic. But Garcia, he really switches up the pace. He gets a really nice chop block, takes him down, and really slows the American Dragon down. And Garcia kind of works through the entire break, like it goes right to commercial break right after this, and the entire time just really focusing on Danielson's knee and working him and doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, he really was working his knee, and but Bryan comes back after drop like back. He was like a drop kick almost to Garcia off the apron. That's like the best way I can explain it. And then we get this big, huge shotgun drop kick from him. He was pulling at all those moves in that match.
Definitely some cool stuff. But now we get to see Bryan. He sets in like this really nice like leg lock and starts to pull out. But then Garcia fights out and just gets nailed with a massive tiger suplex. Just some great moves in this match.
There really were great moves. It was very technical. That's the best way I can explain it. There was a lot of technical words I learned. Like, oh, that's a new word added to my vocabulary. But yeah, they trade blows and like this Roman knuckle lock beating, and they are just beating the crap out of each other. I mean, the both of them. I can't say one was less intense than the other. They were both really at one another.
Yeah, they were just trading blows. I mean, the American Dragon, he slets in this great sleeper triangle and puts Garcia to sleep. I mean, he's just, and there's the strong man again, awesome pose. And, afterwards, he kind of looks down and he tells him, he's like, you did exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see this in that match, and you did just what I wanted. So to kind of have Bryan Danielson give that sort of homage and respect to him and really kind of let Garcia know, hey, this is what you need to do if you want to be one of the greats, because he's young and he's got a lot of potential. So that's one hell of a mentor.
He really is. And 2.0 jumps in and attacks freaking Bryan. But who comes in to save the day? No other than Moxley. He comes in to save the day, taking 2.0 out without even taking this freaking jacket off.
It's fantastic. I don't even think he broke a sweat. He's throwing guys.
I don't think he did.
And then Garcia, he tried to hit Moxley from behind, because he's still with 2.0. He hasn't fully switched over yet. And Bryan kind of stops him. He's like, and then it takes the chair. And Moxley turns around, and Garcia just gets hit with the pendulum shift, his kind of signature move, and it was great. It was good stuff. I was like, "What were you thinking, little boy?"
Oh boy! And then we get a clear ring. It's Moxley and Danielson face to face, and Bryan's like, "All right." I mean, Bryan's like, "All right, great. We need to share blood in this ring before we can like team up together. So let's fight this out." So I'm like, so you came out and helped him, but you want to go up against him next week.
It's kind of like it's a respect thing. That's definitely a fighter's sort of thing. It's you can spar, you can fight just to kind of see who's better. It's like with like the wrestling team, same sort of thing. Everybody wants to kind of fight to see who's better, and you can have that respect, and that's just kind of a wrestler's fighter thing. It's a mutual respect. So Moxley's kind of like that. He's old school. He's like, all right, if you want to be a partner, we got to fight first.
Absolutely. And that was how they ended the episode. But as you guys know, here on Take It to the Ring, we love to give a fight card rating. So we have 5, which is Fight Forever.
And then we got 4. This is awesome.
We've got 3, which is You Still Got It.
Yep. And then 2 is a What?
And 1 is Boring. Watch us. You'll have way more fun with us. And I'm trying to get my consensus together. Um, I think I'm gonna give this like a 3.5.
Yeah. I mean, I think this was definitely a great episode. We got to see some great announcements. I mean, Bunny's
Yeah.
in, Bunny Matthews. That's huge. The last match was fantastic. The Cargill Bunny match. I mean, this is really close to. I'm going to give it a solid 4, but for me, it's almost closer to a 5. This was just great.
Yeah.
We got to see Adam Cole get put in his place. Yeah, we got to see a 10-man tag team. This was a great episode all the way through,
Ooh,
and got to see some of my like favorite moves. You know, Bryan Danielson's
yeah.
awesome. I love that style of wrestling. I really do. It's enjoyable.
I think it was awesome. But Keith gave it a 5.
Ah,
He
look at
rates it a
that, Keith.
5.
Yeah. Oh, we got a bunch of comments over here.
Yeah, we do. So now that we've rated, let's go back into these comments. We've got Danielson is a great wrestler. He's traveled all over the world perfecting his craft. Even in
Yeah.
ROH and WWE, he was considered a major star. It's
Yeah.
true.
He's fantastic.
And
So much
he
talent.
is. And we've got another one, totally loving Bryan Danielson bringing out the violence angle. So cool, he figured out that he can make how to make stomps legal. So
Yeah.
that is true. And who else? Oh, we've got Jade Cargill is the reason I miss jobbers. They need to stop putting title matches everywhere. Jobbers help the stars get polished.
Well, the jobbers are for AEW is the dark match. All the dark matches are pretty much the jobbers. Dynamite and
Okay.
Rampage, it's stars. And that's why we have such great episodes every single week, because there's so much talent that they bring out. So this was a really
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards more of a 4, honestly. Now that I'm like reflecting a little bit more. I think it really was,
There's a
especially
lot.
now that I think about last week's episode, this is definitely way better than the last episode.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
and the
way
tag
better.
team, seeing Pinta all dark with Pac,
Yeah.
and like it's
That beginning match, I have never
everything.
seen that many people in a ring. That
I know
first match
it's
that we
you don't
saw.
see it very often, but it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Especially when you have like AEW has some great tag teams. I mean, FTR and Young Bucks are fantastic. Santana and Ortiz are probably one of the more underrated. Just great. This was a really good episode.
That's so cool. Everyone's rating with us. We got a 4.7 from somebody.
Yeah,
That's definitely
this was a good
true.
one, guys. I mean, I agree with you, fight fans.
We got a 4 from someone because Jade Cargill knocked it down. She sure did knock it
Yeah,
down.
that was a good one with Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, somebody else gave it a 4.5.
That's solid.
Ah,
I mean,
solid.
it's just fives are tough. I don't give out fives. I gave the
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber for WWE a 5, but that was more for how far Saudi Arabia has come and how progressive
Yeah.
they've gotten over the years. And there was just some really cool stuff. And honestly, that promo with Undertaker was absolutely fantastic. It gave me goosebumps. So that was awesome. But yeah, fives are tough. I don't give them out.
Yeah. They are tough. And okay. Last question here. Was Sting featured this week? I did not see
No,
Sting
not in this
this week.
episode. We
He
might see
was
him on
not.
Rampage. I don't think Darby's going to be coming out this week.
I
We're going to see some more prep
know.
for pay-per-view and some of the other stuff. I think that's what we're going to see. I
Yeah.
think Friday is going to be. We might see Keith Lee, maybe.
We might. It's
That'd be
true.
cool.
I think, like you said, they're definitely in prep for Revolution. I mean, it's in a week.
Yeah,
It's next weekend. It's here in Orlando. No?
yeah. I think so.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is here in
pretty sure it
Orlando.
is.
And so, yeah, that's exciting. And so is the Control Your Narrative thing. It's next week.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
So
concert
there.
too. It's all around the same time. Or
It's
is
a
that?
whole month. It's like a whole month of
Wow,
wrestling.
love it.
Like all the wrestling fans have like they're a really packed month. There's a lot going on, and then WrestleMania is at the end of next month. So
Yeah, I think this is
yeah,
AEW trying to compete with WrestleMania and kind of still be separate.
yeah, because that's really been like the main um attention. Like even
Hmm.
with like when I'm looking for news for Kick Ass and Coffee, I've realized that it was a lot of WrestleMania, and just in the past few days, we've had a lot of AEW news. So I feel like they're really trying. Their creative team is like, oh my god, let's pull strings. We got to get this together.
Yeah,
But
Tony
it's
Khan
clear that
is smart.
yeah, they have a very strong fan base, you know. So I think there's no need to compete. I think they
Yeah,
both have got a really strong group of fans. And some people are both WWE and AEW fans, you know? A
yeah,
lot of people are.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan. It's two completely different programs. So
Yeah.
you like it for different reasons, and I dislike them for different reasons. There's some
Yeah.
stuff that AEW
Exactly.
does that I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
But he's a good businessman.
Yes.
I wish Tony Khan would stop hoarding talent. That's a little frustrating,
Yeah.
but I think he
Especially
has
if you're
bigger
not going to
plans.
use them.
I think Tony
Yeah.
Khan has a massive, huge wrestling plan, and we kind of touched on it with Tijon. Everyone talking about what's going on with the Bullet Club and all of that. I feel like we need to touch on that totally separate because there's some really
Yeah.
interesting stuff going on in AEW with Bullet Club and yeah, some fun
A lot
stuff.
of speculation. People have got a lot of I should put my tinfoil hat on. But yeah, there's been some conspiracies, but we won't spoil anything because we'll go down a whole other rabbit hole for that.
Yeah, we're already pushing an
um,
hour.
yeah, and yeah, thank you guys so much for having fun with us here on this
Yeah,
WrestleCap.
and being
I
patient
think
with my crappy internet.
yes, we had some technical difficulties. We ended strong. That's all
Yeah,
that matters.
absolutely.
Um, yes. So thank you guys for watching. Please take a moment to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, and for more WrestleCap videos like this, make sure you just kind of scroll down, click that link below. We have a ton of stuff. And scroll a little bit further. You'll see all of the sweet merchandise that we have too. Some really cool stuff on there. So
Yeah.
until next time, Billy here.
And I'm Lexi. Bye, guys.
Don't stop believing.